it is never too late. And I mean, now more so than ever, it is never too late. Let's go. I'm going to show you something super exciting today because I got some brand new stats from YouTube that you absolutely need to hear. And then I'm going to show you how to put those snoots to use, you mother. I'm going to show you how to put those stats to use. So it's not just talking numbers. We're going to get something that's really popping. Don't want to waste your time. Let's get after it. So remember, I've told you to go to your favorite AI thing. I don't care who you got, Claudine, Chad, Gemini, whoever it is, and just put in something as simple as this. Help me create a list of questions I can ask my audience in order to increase interaction, increase engagement, dig a little deeper, whatever the case may be. So in class today, we're playing around and I'm throwing these things at it. And I got one that came back that I thought was absolutely hilarious. And I'm going to share with you, but I'm going to show you how you could do something just like this for yourself. Now, earlier today, I'm watching this video and there's a contest going on from Motion VFX, which I believe ends on like June 8th. But they had this cool idea on their website. I'll put the link to the site below, but I just saw it as an ad sort of, and it said, dig into your old clips. Don't go shoot anything new. Take old clips you already have, throw a bunch of them together, and use it to create a reel, a short, a content, or something like that. They're called in it like oldie goldies, and there's a free Final Cut pack that you can download to make this work. And I was like, son, that, my friends, is a phenomenal idea. A phenomenal idea on how to take some content that you already have and go out there and make something dope with it. It kind of gave me a mind-blowing headache. So let me just show you this real quick on the browse. Here it is. Here's their content, and you can download these free plugins right here. You just go in and say, I already have the extension, but you can download they have a retro pack that they made. It's called Oldie Goldies. It's this third little icon right here. And it says that it's free. So you just click here and download what you need. I got Final Cut Pro, so I'll go ahead and download that because, well, I already have the whole setups. Anyway, you don't need to do any subscribing or whatever. I can just grab it from inside my plugin. The other thing that I want to tell you is that this is how you're going to do this. Let's just say I don't have any clips. I'm starting from Bleh. I'm starting from nothing. I couldn't even think of a funny one. So I'm starting from nothing. Listen, I got Artlist. You know me. Check it out. Go to Artlist. I just put in content creator older 40, and here's some basically royalty-free clips that I can use to build this reel. But luckily for me, I have one. Like a week or so ago, I'm in the headquarters office. I just shot a time lapse of me setting up a live stream. I ain't saying nothing. I ain't even talking. Matter of fact, Paul, Caleb, Katie, them, they're just having a good old time in the background. I was just connecting some wires. But what I did was I stuck the Osmo Pocket on the corner, set it for time lapse. You could do this with the phone. You could do this with an old camera. You could take some old footage you got and just speed it up. Like, you really don't need anything special. I just want to iterate that over and over and over again until it sinks in. Let's jump into Final Cut Pro, and I'm going to show you what I'm doing. Now, one more thing. Sorry, jumping back out. The only reason why I'm using Final Cut Pro is because I have it and it's on my desktop. You could absolutely do this on your phone, on CapCut. You could do this in Canva. You could do this in Adobe Express. You could use anything you have. I'm just using Final Cut because that's the tools that I use. The editor doesn't matter. The concept is the same. Please do not get stuck. Let's dive in. All right. So I'm going to take this footage. I'm going to just drop it on this timeline here, right? I am going to expand it out just so that I can see what it is. And here it is, a time lapse of me running through the office doing some things. Now I know that at the very beginning I was doing something else. So I'm going to start about right there. I'm just going to pull this in so that we start here. I'm going to take this clip and I'm going to hit the retime button. And I want to make this joint, let's call it about 15 seconds. I'm going to line it up to about right here, 15. I'm over here being like super perfect about it. Don't do that. Anyway, so there it is. I got 15 seconds of footage right here. So now the first thing I want to do is go and get my statement. I will divulge my statement as we build this, but I'm going to use the built-in things inside of Final Cut. So you don't even have to be like, I don't have any plugins. I can't afford it. I don't care. We're not going to use that. We're going to use the basic stuff. So I'm going to take this headline title sucker here, and it's called dynamic titles. They're in your title section. It's just part of Final Cut. And I'm going to clicky here, find out where it is, double click on my headline, and I'm going to say hot, grab me a fire emoji, take. Boom. That is my thing. All right, I'm gonna take this subtext. I don't need it. We're gonna 86 it. I'm gonna click on the hot take one, and I am going to set it to my particular font, which is Mount. Oh, you fat fingers just totally miss. There we go. And then I'm going to select my dude right there. That is it. That is all we're going to worry about with this particular situation. Okay, so I can take this and place it wherever I want it to go. I think I kind of want to place it slightly higher. Let me just use the controls here because it's faster. I'm going to place it about right here. All right, now I know for a fact that this is going to be a little bright, so I'm going to put in, Final Cut has a new thing that's called adjustment clips. So I'm going to place an adjustment clip under here. And again, all your little guys that you use, they all have something very similar to this. I'm going to just click on the side here, and I'm going to go to a Gaussian blur. And let me make sure I got that selected. Double click Gaussian blur, which adds it. And I'm going to put this sucker on 22. Just numbers that I use because I kind of know what's going down. All right, I want this piece to be roughly about 2 seconds. So we're in there like swimwear. Now, that's my hot take thing. I'm gonna just let it run so you can see what it did. Hot take, there you go. So I'm gonna let that skip a beat. So I'm going to get the second one, which I'll pull from the top here. And it says headline text. I'm gonna pop that in. And then I'm going to get my hot take. So I have this already in my clipboard because that's just how you do. Boom. My hot take is too old to start. The new dog ate my homework. Because you know it is. I'll get my font again. And I will select maybe heavy, bold. Let's do black. Black works. Okay. Then I'm going to take this subletter text. I don't need it. Just going to delete it. Right now, I want this piece to be, let's say, 4 seconds. No, let's make it 3 seconds. Actually, how long does it take to read that? Let me read it if it came on screen. It's too old to start. The new dog ate my homework. Oh, it actually needs to be 5 seconds. See, it's a good thing to test. And I consider myself a relatively fast reader. So just know your audience might be whatever. Now, some people will say, let me pop out. Some people would say, make it, more difficult to read so that people have to watch it a couple times. I'm not a cheater. If you make it uncomfortable for people, they're just not going to watch it. So don't do stuff like that. I'm going to do 5 seconds. That's a good number. I'm going to come back to here. I'm going to get my adjustment clip, hold down the Option key, drag across, and then embiggen this sucker out to 5 seconds, 5 period, enter. Boom. So now they're the same. Okay, let me move this. I no longer need this. And then I'm going to take the second piece and put it right here. Actually, I'm going to have to tighten this up because I need some more space at the end. There we go. I'm just making these closer. Again, here's the hard part. Being me, I can't help but tweak, and I keep trying to stop myself. Don't be a tweaker because you're just messing this up. So I'm going to take this one, go back to the double tap, and then let's put in the last part, well, second to the last part, and then just ask the question. What's your verdict, right? I am going to, do I want to embiggen that? Nah. Actually, what I want to do is transform this into capitals. Luckily, this is Mac. Let's do make uppercase. Boom. Do I want to do that to the first one? Again, don't tweak. I can't help myself. I just want to see if it looks good as capitals on here. Some things look good at capitals. Sometimes it's good to mix it up. It's really hard to say. Actually, sometimes making it all caps makes it harder to read. I'm just famous for that. Let's make uppercase and then take a look at it. No, I like it better the other way. Let's do an undo. All right, we're going to leave that. And then we're going to increase the tracking just a little bit, make it easier to read. I don't want the letters sitting on top of each other. There you go. And then maybe I need to mess with the font a little bit. Again, don't be a tweaker. I'm just messing here. Go to make it good. You got to make it good. All right, and let's go a little bigger. I just don't want that to be an extra line. There we go. We're gonna call that a day. Last thing I'm gonna do is go ahead and add one more piece of funny fun. Just drop this right here. Same kind of gap. Click on the last one and then double tap so I can get here. And I'm gonna place in my last part of this. Boom. Take these two, actually, I'm gonna take this top one and flip it to the other side. And we're gonna call that a day. Now, all I need to do is grab this two pieces here and shorten them to the head. Listen, follow my lead, gangster. All right, that's it. That is it. So without doing anything, we have ourselves a clip. Now, let me add some music. Again, just so you know, I get the music from Artlist. Again, docrock.live/Artlist. You would just pop over here. You would go to music. You would type in, something that you're looking for. I already pulled my clip for today, but you can find something. And don't forget, on Artlist, you can absolutely search. If you go to home, you can search by already popular tracks that are out here that exist, in comparison to something that's on YouTube, right? So if I wanted something that was popular with the old TikTok music, I could look on here. I can find a song that I like. I'm not going to press it because it will actually play it and get us in trouble. But like, say I like this song, I could bring that over here and find a very similar song. But I've made a whole another video about that. Anyway, so let's drop over to Final Cut. And then I'm going to just grab my music and pop it in. I know that the music gets a little spicy right about here. So I'm going to put my cursor there. Make sure I have this selected and trim this up. Then go back to that, move it over, take this off, trim this to the end. Again, you just grab it. And again, all of this should work in your same music editor that you use. This is just what I use. I'm going to make it bigger so I can make it get good. I want to get it right up on there. Again, don't be a tweaker. No one's going to be very DJ oriented, but old habits are hard to break. Pop down to the end. Make sure that it all fits. Boom. Actually, I don't even want to do that because this is a short. So now we're out. Let's take a look and see what we got. That's good. The only thing I think that is kind of weird is all of the adjustment clips are bugging. So I'm just going to take this and just run it across the whole thing, which means technically you could have just blurred the entire back footage because the back footage is irrelevant to this. And I did say that I would do this with no fancy plugins, but I'm going to use my boy Raphael plugin just because I think it's cool. Actually, will this work? Do I have enough speed in here to do these bumps? This may or may not work. Or just take a quick look and let's see if they work. Actually, don't like it. Sorry, Raph. I'm going to do something else, but it's still Raphael's plugins. He only charges $29 and I like them. So I'm going to just slap these in real quick and then shorten that up and then just hold down the Option key and put them above each piece. Just because it gives a little something. It just adds a little spice of life to the whole party. You know what I'm saying? All right, cool. That's it. That's literally it. That is literally it. If I was going to sit here and be a tweaker, which I really don't want you to do, I could time it so that the music's land on beats and they're perfect 8s or whatever, but don't do that. Look, all I got to do is render this sucker and post it up. That simple. You can take something. So let's say your industry is real estate. Did you know that the new interest rates just came out and probably for the next 6 or 7 months or so, you're going to be able to get this good a deal with these exact rates. Call me for more. That's it. That's it. Take any old random footage that you have of hammering in an open house sign that you did years ago, or go do it right now. Take a magnet clip like I have on my phone, stick this sucker onto your car, face yourself, hammer in that real estate sign, turn that into a high-speed clip because maybe you can't get a sign hammered in 15 seconds. You know what I mean? Don't overthink this. Use B-roll clips if you gotta. You can use still images if you want. But now that we got 70 billion daily views, that means if every person on the planet had a phone and had a YouTube joint, that people are watching on average 8 shorts a day. But we know that YouTube is just under 3 billion active users. So fam, oh my goodness, that means people are watching a lot of people are watching a lot of reels or shorts. Sorry. Do not skip this opportunity. I don't care where your channel's at. It is a great discovery mechanism for people to find you. And you don't have to be overly rigid. You don't have to script. You can have fun with things you already have. So I say take the Motion VFX challenge. Let's pop back over here to the Motion VFX real quick. Go take the Motion VFX challenge and go make yourself a reel out of something that you already have. This is their contest that they're doing. I don't know how long this contest is going to last. If I remember correctly, it ends on the 8th, but here's the challenge. You can enter the challenge and you can win 2,500 bones as a novice or 5,000 bones as a pro. They set it up in 2 separate categories. So that way everybody has a chance to, I do not need you. I already subscribed. Anyway, I think it's a really cool contest. Go and do yourself a favor and just dig up something you already got and make something cool. Like, just make something. Like, seriously, the excuses, we're done with that. It's a whole new season. It's a season to be jolly. Wait, that's Christmas. Anyway, I don't know who need to hear this, but if it was you, holla at your mans. Again, let me tell you the prompt last before we jet. Just so you know, help me create a list of questions to ask my audience to increase interaction. That's the prompt. Throw it at any of your favorite AI joints. Go with it. If it doesn't know your subject, tell it you are an expert in this, or you tell it I am Doc Rock. I'm a content creation coach. My audience is Gen Xers, roughly aged 40 and up. They're brand new to content creation. They don't have a lot of time. They don't want to learn a lot of hard skills, but they have no choice but to make video right now because they don't want their business to get smoked by the competition that is doing so. Help me write a list of questions I could ask my audience to increase my interaction. Boom. It's going to give you some ideas. Put them in a spreadsheet. Open up Canva, CapCut, Adobe Express, Final Cut Pro, DaVinci, Premiere, duct tape. I don't care how you do it, fam. Just get her done. Get her done. You can make this directly in the Instagram edit apps or the TikTok editor. Okay, let me stop tripping. I got stuff to do. I don't know who need to hear this, but if it was you, holla at your boy. Let me know in the comments section below. And right about now, the algorithm is going to show you another video they think you should watch, and I agree with them. I got to upload this here short.
I need to know everything, who and the what and the where, I need everything. Trust me, I hear what you're saying, but act like it's new what you're telling me. I'm curious, George, I hop in the Porsche, it's 5 and a horse, I'm ready for war, I'm coming for throats, to turn to a ghost, I need to know everything. Now you be surprised at the info you get is by letting them talk, so I'm letting them talk.